Hey guys, it's Chase here, and I wanted to give you some initial riding impressions of my new bike. It's a 2012 ZX-10R. A lot of you may know that I used to have a 2009 ZX-6R. While fun, that bike was basically murder on my wrists. It was meant for this to race on a racetrack, and you could tell after a long ride because your back and knees and your wrists would hurt. So I love the bike. It's just I just couldn't handle riding on a daily basis. It was just too much for me. It was just too racy. So I finally decided to get a ZX-10R, which I've always wanted ever since I actually got into motorcycling. I just could never afford it at the time. So I finally broke down and got one, and I can honestly say that a ZX-10R handles way better than my old bike. It's basically unflappable when it comes to hitting the curves. You can screw up a corner entry, or excuse me, entry into a curve, and it'll fix itself. It's you just hang on, hit the throttle, the bike will straighten itself out in the corner, and then you just sit up and just look back, and the corner's completed for you. It's just hard to comprehend. It's a weird feeling. The bike basically rides itself. I don't know if you can understand that, but it almost takes all the drama out of riding a bike. It's actually too easy to ride. I actually find it kind of boring to ride, to be honest. That may upset a lot of you guys to hear, but I actually like a little bit of drama when I ride a bike. That's what excites me, being able to ride on the edge. It's the adrenaline rush that you get. With this bike, it's so well planted and stable and smooth that it takes a lot of the drama out, and I can see why it's a pretty good track weapon. It does everything for you, basically. All you have to do is hit the gas and hang on. That said, I can actually recommend this bike to a lot of ZX6R owners, because the ZX6R owners usually want to step up in size to a Literbike eventually, and this is a great bike to do it on. I used to recommend CBR 1000Rs like I used to have, but those bikes feel more heavy and sluggish in the corners than this bike ever has. This bike basically feels like a 600, and is more, I actually think it's more nimble at speed. Now, when you're maybe on your racetrack, a ZX6R will handle better in tighter situations, but when it comes to in the real world, this bike actually handles much better than a ZX6R, in my opinion. A lot of people are going to debate that, but I just can't find any real fault with this. This bike, if anything, may have power that is too smooth. Delivery just comes on gradually and it stays that way. It's got lots of power. It's just not voracious when it comes to acceleration like my old ZX6R above 8,000 RPM. So this bike can get really fast in a hurry, and it'll be sneaky about it. So you might find yourself in scary situations, but anybody who respects the throttle should be able to handle this bike. And the brakes are humongous, and they're much more powerful than the ZX6R brakes that I used to have. They're, I want to say, a little bit more harder to modulate because the stopping power is so robust, but anybody who has some decent skill should be able to handle this bike. So if you're thinking about a ZX-10R and kind of hesitant because you're scared of the power, don't be, because if you can respect the throttle, this bike should be a blast for you. As for me, I actually find the bike kind of boring. That may sound like blasphemy, but this bike is too easy to ride for me. So I may keep it, I don't know. I like it more than I did when I first got it, because I finally understood how the power works, which is really smoothly. So it's actually a very good daily driver bike, daily rider, excuse me. So I may keep the bike, may not. I don't know yet. It just depends on how much I fall in love with the power band. The suspension is just sublime. So that's all I got.